Well, it's time. Time to rank the final franchise in the big three. The one I haven't done yet. This franchise took us to space and gave us a demon slug Jason. I have never ranked this series before. Not because I don't enjoy the series. I actually do. And upon rewatch, I might like it better than Nightmare. I really might. Not sure. I'm sporting some Jason over here. Gotta represent. Gotta show some love to Jason. Before we get into it, guys, head over to the Patreon. I have made some changes to the Patreon and some of the things we're offering. I really could use your guys' support. So please click the link in the description when you're done with this video and see what we're offering over there. Follow us on social. Make sure to subscribe. I'm not going to include Freddy vs. Jason in here, and that is simply because I consider that more a Nightmare movie. If you guys want to know where I'd put that, I'll tell you once I get there, but it's in my Nightmare ranking. You can watch that video if you want to know how I feel about that film. Coming in at number 11 is going to be Jason Goes to Hell. Might surprise some of you guys because you've heard me talk about Jason X before and how I'm not a fan of it. While that is true, Jason Goes to Hell, in my opinion, makes the one mistake, the number one mistake you can make as a film. Being boring. Jason Goes to Hell is boring. I get what they were going for. I get New Line wanted to start to set up this path to where Jason and Freddy could face off now that they had the rights. No. The fact that you get hardly any Jason whatsoever till the very end is a complete waste of Kane Hodder. The fact that the opening, Jason is duped into a SWAT team trap where he's blown to pieces. Some of the gore's gnarly, like the eating of the heart. Doesn't mean it makes sense at all. There's a lot about this movie that I just didn't care for. I didn't care for many of the characters, pretty much all of them. Didn't care for the lack of Jason. Just didn't care for it. Also, nice little throw in of, hey, Jason's actually a Deadite. Here's the Necronomicon and the Kandarian dagger. Why not? No. Jason Goes to Hell, not a fan. Coming in at number 10 is, coincidentally, Jason X. Number 10. If I were to go back and re-rank my 10 least favorite horror movies of all time, this would not make the list anymore. I rewatched this series a few weeks ago in preparation for the You Need a Horror podcast episode with Pizowl. I found myself enjoying how dumb it was. It's one of those movies that's so bad it's kind of good. It has a charm to it. The CGI is terrible. Uber Jason, no. Cool idea, but execution-wise, no. The characters, no. But I don't know what it is. I watched the movie and I'm not miserable. I understand that it's not very good, but it's fun. Whereas Jason Goes to Hell is boring. One of the things about Jason X that I think puts it at number 10 instead of number 11 for me is I absolutely love Crystal Lake Simulation where he kills the two girls in the sleeping bags up against the tree. I love that. I think I've always loved that ever since I was a kid. But like I said, guys, Jason X falls flat on a lot of points. In a lot of areas, but it's not boring. And for that, it comes in at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is Friday the 13th, 2009, the remake. I am not a fan of this movie. I'll say a few things about it really quick. Derek Mears did a great job as Jason. I really think he did great. I think that the opening of the movie is very strong. One of my favorite kills in the franchise is when burns the girl in the sleeping bag. I think that is gnarly. I love that kill. I love that Jason is smarter and they gave Jason more of hunter and gatherer mentality. But after that opening, God, I hate the movie. I really don't like it. And I know a lot of people like it. I will say there are some great kills in this movie. I will give them credit for that. I'll give them credit for Derek Mears. I hate the characters. Another cardinal sin you can make in a film is if all of your characters are unlikable. And in my opinion, they're all unlikable after the opening of this movie. I don't like any of them. The tone and style of the beginning of the movie is what should have been the entire way, and it just wasn't. It is gratuitous in some areas to the point where it's annoying. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Stupendous. The movie is just pretty dumb. But the problem is it's heartless. It doesn't have a soul. You needed to get a Friday fan, someone that really understood and loved this series, if you were going to remake this. Marcus Nispel just wasn't. He just wasn't, and it shows. I mean, you can say maybe he was, maybe he claims to be. It shows, because he hits on all the bad beats of the Bad Friday movies, and turns him up to 11, while the good beats are just here and there, sprinkled real quick. I just feel like he was out of touch with the character. So coming in at number 8 is going to be Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Now, I will say, from this movie forward, I enjoy all of these movies for different reasons. So I do not dislike this movie. It's ironic that the 8 Paramount films are also my 1 through 8. Goes to show you something, New Line. Jason Takes Manhattan, I think, is super fun in a lot of the parts of this movie. I love the idea of Jason being in New York, although we know. Hardly. I get it. I really enjoy the boat setting, too. I really think that taking Jason out of the camp was a really cool idea, no matter how you were going to do it. Some of the kills in this movie are awesome. Awesome. Here's the problem. The MPAA, and you're going to hear this multiple times in this ranking. The MPAA neutered this movie. This is one of the films that has great kills, but you don't get to see the full Carnage Candy because the MPAA said no. And for that, I will never forgive them. The lava rock kill, believe it's a lava rock, for example, in the sauna. Could have been amazing if we could have gotten some damn gore out of it. The bathroom kill could have been great if we gotten some more gore out of it. I could go on and on. I know it's hokey, I know it's cheesy, I know it's unintentionally funny, like punching my dude's head off. It's fun. It's fun. I enjoy it. My issues with Jason Takes Manhattan, aside from the fact that we've already talked about before that it was a total lie of a marketing campaign, and the MPAA, the ending is really, really weird. Like, super weird. Like, I can't get behind it weird. I know I have a couple buddies that love this movie. I enjoy the movie. I do. I do not dislike the movie, but yeah. For me, it comes in at number 8. Coming in at number 7, Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. The New Blood does a lot of really good things. I do enjoy the character of Tina and how you end up with almost like, as everybody calls it, a Carrie versus Jason face-off at the end. I think that's really cool. He's met his match. I love Kane Hodder. This was Kane Hodder's first movie as Jason, and I loved Kane Hodder in this movie. I really thought he brought a new just presence to Jason. And I dug the hell out of it. Personally, I really like the setting. I like the feel of the movie. I really do. I think it's shot very well. I think it looks good. It flows well. My problems with The New Blood are fairly cut and dry. It really loses me at the end. Really loses me. And if you're a Friday fan, you know why. I can't get down with the ending. I really can't. And it seems like there's a chunk of movies in this series that just really couldn't nail the ending. And if you can't nail the ending, it's really hard for a movie to really stick with you like it should. It did so well leading up to the final act, and then it just really just goes off the rails. But on top of that, the MPAA again, super noticeable in this movie. An abundance of interference on their part really, really, really hurts the movie. So it's not the movie's fault. Curse you, MPAA. Coming in at number 6 is going to be Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Now, I know a lot of people have their issues with this movie, whether it's the fact that it's not Jason and it's just actually Roy. Actually, really, that's the main problem people have with this movie. I personally don't care. I really don't care. As with all the big 3, every single franchise here has tried something totally out of left field. And I think all of them have worked. Halloween 3, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Friday Part 5. Not Jason Goes to Hell, though. I really, really like Roy. Very similar to Jason. You wouldn't even know that it's not Jason until the end. And I like the idea of it being a copycat because at the time it was like, I think it would have taken away from Part 4's ending, in my opinion. But we'll get to that. I really, really enjoy a lot of the kills in this movie. But I especially love Deborah's scene. Everybody does. For multiple reasons. Obviously the first part. Great scene. But those 2 kills are gnarly. Love them. Also, was completely shocked to see Joey just get hacked up. All because he was asking about, offering a chocolate bar. I mean, hey man, I enjoy the cast in Part 5. I enjoy the twist of it being a copycat killer. I like the kills, and I just overall really enjoyed it. I think it gets a bad rap, and I don't think it deserves the bad rap it gets. So that comes in at number 6 for me. Coming in at number 5 is Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. So after some backlash from Part 5, they brought Jason back. I will say right off the top, a nice wink and nod that he's brought back almost like Frankenstein's monster with lightning, yada yada. I thought that opening scene was a little hokey, but the movie really picks up. I really enjoy the cop. I really do. I just wish that he would have just checked. But No, Tommy's crazy, I guess. I know why I didn't. I'm just saying. I like the relationship between Tommy and the police officer's daughter. I really did enjoy their relationship. I feel like it was a little by chance, you know, a little like, oh, well, hey, what's up? I like you. I'm gonna save you. Whatever. Really enjoy the kills in this movie. Really enjoy the portrayal of Tommy Jarvis in this movie. Really dug the ending of this movie, absolutely. Although the MPAA did interfere in this one, it wasn't enough. It wasn't as noticeable as Part 7 and Part 8. So you still get some really cool kills in here. I think this movie was super fun. It didn't bore me. I thought it was a really good way to bring back Jason. It was very entertaining. I enjoyed Part 6. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Friday the 13th, the original. And I feel like for Friday fans, this isn't surprising. Is it in your top 5? Absolutely. It is a quintessential slasher film. It was part of the boom in that time. It was just right after Halloween and played a massive role in the boom in slasher films. Friday the 13th is a classic. Needs no endorsement from me. Whether it's the reveal of Betsy Palmer as the killer, whether it's Jason coming out of the water at the end. Friday the 13th has it all. Even Kevin Bacon. It's number 4 and not higher, simply just because I'm a sucker for the character Jason. It's nitpicky, it's nothing personal, like I said. I love Friday the 13th, it's a classic, but it comes in at number 4 for me. I don't really have any complaints off the top of my head, aside from the fact that I wanted more Jason. So, coming in at number 3 is going to be Friday the 13th Part 2. Now, for a lot of people, this is like right up there, you know, your top 3, here we go. Friday the 13th Part 2, what can you say? Alice, super underrated final girl. Think she does a great job. Sackhead Jason, brutal, relentless. Love Sackhead Jason. He's fantastic. The kills, awesome. The ending, awesome. The score, Steve Miner's directing, the atmosphere. Friday the 13th Part 2 hits every point that it needs to as a horror film. Friday the 13th Part 2 is fantastic. It is a great movie. There just happen to be 2 more, in my opinion, that I enjoyed more. This is going to get controversial. Please don't hate me. Coming in at number 2 is Friday the 13th Part 4, The Final Chapter, which is a lot of people's number 1. And you could make an argument that it does deserve to be number 1, and I totally understand that. Friday the 13th Part 4 is fantastic. You got Corey Feldman as Tommy Jarvis, I identified with a lot as a child because I was a lot like that. You know, the nerdy, you know, horror guy, play video games, you know, like sheltered in a way. I identified with that character a lot as a kid. Really like Trish. Really like Jason in this film. Love the mask. Love the ending. That stuck with me forever. Just. Alright, dude. I'll die. Dang. I couldn't even nitpick things that I don't like about it because it's a fantastic movie. It really, really is. But there's one movie that I think it might just be the nostalgia from the first time I saw it. I still love it today, and my number 1, I love Jason in this film. I love Jason. I love the look of Jason without the mask. I love the mask. I enjoy the character Chris. I really do. The thing that sticks out to me when I think about this movie is the scene with Harold and his wife at the beginning. Very Michael Myers-esque, Jason is. Stalking, you know, watching. He's there. You're waiting for something to happen. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It's not so deliberate. I like that slow burn. I love the kills in this movie. Love the acting in this movie. I like Shelley. I really do. I feel terrible for Shelley. Rest in peace, my dude. I love the final act in this movie. I really, really do. It's such a blast. And with Chris getting carted off and, you know, she's just laughing all the way to the funny farm. And so on and so forth. I love this movie. This is my favorite Friday the 13th film because for me, as a kid and as a teenager and now as an adult, I feel like it hits every beat that you'd want hit in a Friday the 13th film. And I love it. I love the movie. Now, the final chapter is fantastic. These top 2 are really interchangeable for me, but it's just the nostalgia of having seen Part 3, I think one of the first ones I saw. I loved it. I've loved it ever since the first time I saw it. It gave me everything I wanted from a Friday movie, and it's my number 1. That's my Friday the 13th franchise ranking. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comments below and let me know what your rankings are. Let me know what your number 1 is. Let me know which one you just despise. But as always, make sure to comment, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for stopping in. This is Nick from the Lost River Drive-In. pulling out.